Hey friends, thank you for coming back to my channel, and thanks for watching my videos. My name is Beth, this is Beth's Greenhouse, and we're going to talk some more about Hoyas today. I hope that's okay with everyone. I get asked a lot, how do I propagate Hoyas? Well, I'm going to tell you my way. I'm not saying my way is better than any other way. It's what works really well for me. So I hope you'll stick around. I hope you will try my way and see if it works for you. So let's get into it. You can use any kind of clear container. It needs to be a clear container because it needs to get sunlight so that it can grow. You can use anything you want to use as a clear container. You can use anything from a takeout container. Get these at the grocery store with salads, fruits, nuts, whatever. You can use these. And as far as closing the lids on these, if you're trying to root something in your house, you're gonna need to be able to close the lid, because you need to create that greenhouse effect with the really high humidity and maintaining a good temperature, a warm temperature for them to root. Now, I do this on a much bigger scale. So as a demonstration, I want to show you these totes, these big clear totes. I get them on Amazon. I use ones that are much bigger than this because I propagate a lot. But you can use these kind. I drill a couple of holes in the tops for air exchange, but for the most part, I'll come out here once or twice a week and open the lids on them so that they can get fresh air. But yeah, I use a lot of totes. Right now I've got, I think, 4 full of propagations at this time. Another thing that I use when I'm propagating is sphagnum moss. I buy these big bundles on Amazon, have it shipped to my door. It works very well. And I moisten them, the sphagnum, inside my totes. I break it apart and I moisten it with water. I mix my water with this product right here. It's called Propagation Promoter. I get this on Amazon as well. And this bottle lasts forever. I put about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, depending on how much water I'm mixing. But for like a 2-quart pitcher of water, which is what I normally mix, I'll use about a half a teaspoon of this into 2 quarts of water and pour that over my moss. Let it sit and absorb for about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much time I've got. And then I will drain out all the liquid that I can get out of that moss, dump the liquid, and put the moss back into my box. Then I take my cuttings as normal. But that's all I put in my water. It's just that propagation promoter. It works very well. Now, as far as taking a cutting, I grabbed a plant here that I've rooted in the last couple of weeks. This is a Hoya hescelana. She's been in here for about 2 weeks. I just poured the propagation water over this chunky mix and put her in there. She grows really fast. And you can already see she's got lots and lots of roots here. So it doesn't take her long to root up at all. But she's very rooted. I can pull on this and they don't come out. They're rooted in. But as far as where to take a cutting, okay, you've got your vine here. You want to cut not at the node. You want to cut right close near to the node before it, because the nodes are where the leaves come out, here and here. You want as much of that internodal space, or the vine, in between the nodes. You want as much of that to put into your potting medium as possible, because your roots are going to grow all on that internodal space. So what I do is I try to cut as close as possible to the node before, and then I've got that whole space here to grow roots. And that also gives more space for your new growth to come from between those leaves. Sometimes the vine will produce 2 growth points between those leaves, and so it needs quite a bit of space there to do that. And what that's doing is it's branching out, it's getting thicker, it's going to make a much fuller, more beautiful plant in the end. But that's how I do it, and I hope that helps some of you. My plants, my cuttings stay in the prop box about a week to 10 days. When I see roots that are about an inch long, 2 or 3 of them, I take them out of that prop box, because I don't want to sit for a week pulling moss off the roots and breaking roots off. So when I get just a few, I pull them out and I put them in my potting medium, my chunky airwood mix that I use. It's a DIY mix that I make myself. I will show you guys how to do that in another video. But yeah, I pot them up pretty quick, and I have real great success with that. For instance, I cut a vine off of my big Hoya obovata back there the other on August 24th. I cut the vine because it didn't look good. The vine itself didn't look healthy. So I cut it and chopped up all the propagations. Every single one of them rooted for me. I popped them in a container with the moss and the propagation promoter, and within a week I had roots. Less than a week, actually. I potted these up 6 days after I put them in the prop box, and you can see she is very rooted in. This is one of the cuttings. It's very healthy, very big leaves. She's got an active peduncle. I left the plant long for that reason, because I didn't want to damage that peduncle. She's doing very well. And I plan to give her away at the plant swap in a few weeks. This is another one of those from that cutting from the 24th of August. And you can see, while she was in the prop box, she grew not only roots, but a new leaf. Her peduncle is still active. Not sure you can see that, but she is still active on her peduncle. And I noticed today she's grown a new peduncle right there. So don't be afraid to take bigger cuttings. She's growing new leaves up here on the vine as well. Both nodes are growing leaves. I know some of you know this, some of you may not, but a Hoya grows a vine before she grows leaves. She'll grow a big long vine, and then she'll take her time filling it up with leaves. And then she'll grow more vine and then grow more leaves. That's how Hoyas work. So if you get a vine that doesn't have leaves on it, don't cut it. It'll grow those leaves. Just be patient with it. But she now has 2 active peduncles on this cutting. But she does have roots in there, as you can see. She's a very happy girl, and I will be sharing her at the plant swap as well. This is a Hoya pubicalyx cutting that I took August 24th. I cut it, and it's a pubicalyx pink silver splash, and you can see she is pretty splashy. All the splashing up here, that's splash. And she's got roots in here, multiple places in the pot already. And she's got a new growth point right here. She's already pushing new leaves on that new growth point. And so one of my friends who asked for her will be very happy to get her. So I hope this helps. I hope this explains to you how I produce cuttings and grow new plants in my Hoya collection. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.